I saw it. Couldn't believe it.
Oh, no.
This guy's got a podcast too. But I mean, who knows? Because he saw a lot of baseball. Saw a lot of baseball behind home plate, on first, second, and third. I'm not talking about a catcher who played all over the place. I'm talking about the famed umpire Joe West. He's got a new podcast called 5460. Now, what is that? Those are the number of games, the record number of games that he umpired, or the number of times he showed you by not making a proper call or waiting forever to raise half of his arm for a strike. Number of times that he showed you with his performance, didn't care what you thought. And it's kind of interesting that somebody whose entire career, it seemed like, his entire career, it seemed like, was showing you, didn't care what you thought about him. Didn't care what you thought about his style of umpiring, or thought you actually paid your money to watch him umpire. Now wants you to download his thoughts. Wants to communicate with you after all this time. I'm gobsmacked. So what's his first podcast going to be? Called I Don't Care What You Think. Or it was a strike, but you had to wait 8 seconds for me to lift my arm and say it was a strike, for all of you folks to have to see it.
All the times I was right.
All the times I was right.
You were right.
Although the one podcast I would definitely download is if he tells the story about shooting that famous scene in Airplane, having Krishoni in a rundown with the rest of the umpires with Enrico Palazzo, because he was one of the umpires in Airplane. I would actually, a Naked Gun, I would actually download that pod. There it is right there. There he is, Country Joe West, arguing with Enrico Palazzo.
Look at those hats.
Those hats are amazing.
I mean, that
There you
was
go.
30, 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I would download that pod. But for the rest of them, hard pass. Hard pass. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.